I have an awesome video for you guys today. I actually reached out to several other resellers on YouTube looking to see if they might have some advice to give to all of us on what to do on those days when you just don't have the motivation, or you feel like quitting, or maybe you just are having a tough day. If you are looking for some motivation or some inspiration, this is definitely the place to be. If you enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you could click on the like button and if you could leave a comment down below. By doing so, it will help push this video up in the algorithm for YouTube, and it will help us to get this video in front of the eyes of all of the other resellers who might be struggling at this time of year. So now on to the part that we've all been waiting for, advice from our favorite resellers.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Brendan and I go by Dad Planet on YouTube, and I have some advice for you if you're struggling in your business, or you've hit a roadblock, or you feel like quitting, and those days are inevitable in the business of reselling. I often think back to a quote that Mr. Rogers' mother gave to him when he was a young boy, talking about what to do in a tense or a scary situation, and that is look for helpers. And I think as adults, we can equate that to the business that we run. It's that if you're struggling, you're having a bad day, it's not working out, nothing seems to be going correctly, and you want to quit, look for people around you that are helping. And as content creators, that's us. That's why we create the content, to help you bridge those gaps in your business, to keep you going, to motivate you. So lean on us in those times you feel like giving up, because we are here to help you do just the opposite, and that is excel, succeed, and move on. So stick with it. You got this.
This message is for anyone who feels like giving up on reselling. If you guys just want to quit, I've got a couple things that I would tell you to do. First is reach out to other people in the reselling community. This community is amazing. There's so many people that are eager and willing to help. A lot of different channels on YouTube that can teach you a lot of different stuff. The other thing I would say is step out of your routine. Whatever it is that you're doing every day that is a grind and is getting old, do it different. Maybe list first instead of packing, or pack instead of listing, and do it in a different space. You know, maybe do it in a different room in your house, or go to a friend's house, or just change something up to where it makes it a little bit more interesting, and keep your head up. There's better days ahead.
Hey, it's Ashley with ReCloth Collection. Just wanted to say you should be so proud of yourself with how far you've come with reselling, whether it have been a day or a year. You have come such a long way. You do not learn this stuff in school, or you probably have not. So the fact that you are learning new things every day is such an accomplishment. And always, no matter how hard that it gets or it can get, always remember your why, your personal why, whether it be to be able to stay home with kids, to save up some extra income, to buy a new car or new house, whatever that your why is, remember it. It will go so much farther than any other things that anyone else tells you. You got this, I believe in you, and good luck.
Hey guys, it's Star from Flippin' Hippos. So my advice to keep yourself motivated and to keep going, even when things are tough, even when things feel like they're not going right, or you feel down, or sales are slow, the number one thing that I have found that has kept me successful and kept me going in times that were tough, as well as times that were good, have a good routine. Get a really good routine, get a schedule, stick to it, write it down. That's number one most important. See ya.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Wick from Flipping Junk. If I could give you one piece of advice when reselling, is to not be negative. Don't be negative on things like the fees and the shipping and all that stuff. I see a lot of people always complaining about that. They don't want to resell because they think they can't make money because the shipping is too high, the fees are too high. Also, don't be too positive. You don't think you're going to make $1 million the first month. Don't set your goals unrealistic. What you want to do is you want to be a realist. You want to be real about everything. You want to be honest to yourself. It also takes patience, realism, and patience. The best advice I can give you. And remember that there's millions of people selling on eBay, Amazon, all these other sites, and they're succeeding. So there's no reason why you can't.
What's going on, guys? My name is Joe and I'm the Closet Geek. I run a channel on YouTube reselling predominantly on eBay. and I've been asked to give you guys a little bit of advice. So we're going to go through the reselling community. The reselling community, it can be very competitive and very volatile. Everybody's got their own opinions, and obviously if you're sharing what you're doing, you're leaving yourself out there to be judged. The main piece of advice I can give to this is, as long as it works for you, don't worry about what anybody else say. People may say you haven't paid enough for this item, or you've paid too much for that item, but that is your journey. That's something that you're doing for yourself, something you're going to learn for yourself as well. And all I can say is keep going, doing what you want to do, and don't worry about what everybody else wants you to do. You don't need to follow anybody. You don't need to be a sheep. You could go out there and be a lion. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about anybody else.
Hi, my name is Macie from the channel Blue Consignment here on YouTube, and my advice for whenever reselling is getting you down is to just remember reselling's a roller coaster. Some weeks are going to be a lot worse than other weeks. Some months are going to be a lot worse than other months. If you are being consistent with your listing, if you're being consistent with relisting, sending out offers, the sales will come. The amount of effort you put into your business is what you're going to get out of it. So if you're putting in a lot of effort, it's just a matter of time until you see the results. Reselling is a lot of delayed gratification, so I know it's hard waiting for those sales to come in, but if you're putting those listings up for people to buy, eventually people are going to buy them. So just wait, be patient, and trust the process, and put your listings up. You'll be okay. All right, have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Hey everybody, it's Casey the RockStar Flipper, and I want to give a little advice to some of you sellers, whether you're big or small, that might have like a slow sales day or no sales. You're ready to give in and throw that towel in. Listen, we all have those days, from the biggest, baddest billionaire all the way down to resellers and all the way down to the newest seller on the planet. We all have days that just don't go the way we plan. You know what I'm talking about. And trust me, the only way to go when you have those days is up. So put in that time, put in that work. Don't give up. Keep pushing on, and your sales and your business has nowhere to go but up. I promise you it will happen. And once you hit those up days, that is enough motivation to keep you going on and on. So take this advice, please stick with it, and hopefully it works out for you guys. Good luck.
Hello.
Hi, we're Nic and Andrea Hills from the UK.
And this is our office full of stuff. So my advice for other resellers would be to focus on the 99.9% of sales that go smoothly. Don't focus on that 1% of things that go wrong, or the customers that try and scam you, or those issues. Somehow we manage to focus on those and give those way too much attention. Remember, 99% of all sales go smoothly, and they go to lovely customers who are not trying to rip you off.
Very true. And also, always remember why you started doing this. On days when it's really bad for us, and there have been some over the years, we just remember that we don't want to work for somebody else again. We want to work for ourselves, so we want to make our business work, and that really motivates us and pushes us through the bad times.
Yeah. Remember the reason you're doing this and all the positives that come with it.
Yeah. Hope that helped.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, how's it going everyone? Josh, aka Lot of Josh over here. I just wanted to hop on and let all of you know, especially if you're having a bad day, a day where just everything feels like a struggle, you just don't feel motivated to do anything, it's just like painful to just get out of bed. I just want to let you know, like, just don't blame yourself. Those bad days are completely normal. We all have good days, we all have bad days, which is a good and bad thing. Like, those bad days are almost inevitable, but we just have to push through. Like I said, the most important thing is don't blame yourself, because it's normal to have days where you're just not as motivated as you think you should be. But if you just keep pushing through those bad days, those good days will come.
What is going on, you guys? My name is Josh, also known as Harry Tornado on YouTube and Instagram. I've been selling on eBay for about 3 years, and I've been a full-time reseller for just over 2 years or so. And there have been times in my reselling career where you get a little discouraged. Sales are slow, or you get suspended, or something bad happens. You just need a little pick-me-up, which is probably why you guys are watching this video today. And for me personally, whenever I get discouraged, so I always think back to a time in my life when I was working harder at a job I hated for way less money. Like, say we sell something on eBay and it doesn't sell for as much as we thought, so we make like $8 in profit. That can be a little discouraging. But I think back to when I was 18 years old working at KFC for like $8 an hour, hating every minute of that job. And I'm like, well, at least I'm not still at KFC. So there's always a silver lining. Just don't get discouraged. Just keep listing better items, keep researching, keep striving to be a better reseller, and you will get through those periods of discouragement pretty easily.
Hey guys, Brad and Jazz here from Aussie Thrifters. We wanted to thank Heather so much for getting us involved in this video.
This job is not always easy, and we all have up and down days on eBay.
We all have days where we lack a little bit of motivation, so we try to surround ourselves with like-minded people who push each other to continue going each and every day.
And we're always reminding ourselves that we don't have to do this job, we get to do this job.
So keep smashing up those quality listings, guys, and the result will come.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sarah from Sarah Styles here. My biggest tip for staying consistent and we all get in those ruts. It's very hard as a reseller, as an entrepreneur. We have to be on all of the time. We take days off and things suffer. And so what I do is get ahead before I get to that point. So I allow myself to take days off. I allow myself to have those days when I don't really want to work or I'm feeling unmotivated. And I do this by getting ahead, and just always have grace and be kind to yourself. This is a very hard business to be in. Be able to take that time for yourself, because it is going to re-energize you to where you can come back fully charged and ready to go.
Hey guys, Lindsay Nicole here with a friendly reminder. When you're having those off days or you're feeling unmotivated, just remember that this is your story, your journey, your narrative, and no one can take that from you. So always remember to be proud of your progress. I know when I am feeling discouraged, I will immediately put my phone on airplane mode. I will grab a pair of headphones. I will blast music in my house and dance around like a crazy person. But that is something that makes me happy. So next time you're feeling this way, remember to take a pause, deep breath, and do something that makes you happy. I hope this helps. Love you guys.
Hey you guys, it's Kaylee. Every time that I've wanted to quit my reselling business, and yes, there have been quite a few times, it was always because of burnout. And I think that is something we do not talk about enough in the reseller community. Burnout is very prominent in the reseller community. So if you currently feel like you want to quit, stop and ask yourself, do I actually want to quit, or am I just experiencing burnout? The absolute best way to prevent burnout is to take time for yourself. So schedule some days off, do something fun, and remember why you started.
Hey, it's George the Antique Nomad. I've been doing this for a long time, and burnout can be a real factor. But there's ways around that, and to me, the most important thing that I can do for myself is to take a little bit of time and go out into nature. And just be away from the things for just a little bit. Just see that there is something else in the world. The birds and the blue sky and the trees, they get by just fine without doing any eBay or Etsy or listings or anything like that at all. So that's my recommendation. If you're feeling a little burnt out and things seem tough one day, well, there's always another day.
Hi, I'm Kang, and this is Camilla. We're the 5 resellers. When we make a mistake and we're feeling discouraged, we have to remind ourselves, it's not the first time we've made a mistake, and it's certainly not the last time we're going to make a mistake.
Yeah, we have to give ourselves the grace, to not be perfect in our reselling business, just like we're not perfect in any other aspect of our life. So for us, that mantra gives us the space and the grace to, one, forgive each other when we make a mistake in our business, but also forgive ourselves.
Hi, my name is Becky Park, and Heather, thank you so much for including me in this video. I think when I think about my lowest times as a reseller, I think it comes in periods where I just feel like I'm no good at what I'm doing. Like I feel like you know, a lot of that imposter syndrome because of things like, you know, maybe there's a ton of Poshmark cases that get opened up at once, or eBay returns or something of that nature. And it really kind of gets me in this downward spiral of thinking that I'm just not good at this and I should quit. But I think what I've kind of trained myself to do over the years of doing this is, instead of thinking like that, you know, like thinking I'm just bad and I should quit, I try to look at those things that maybe are not the most exciting parts of reselling, like returns and whatnot. I try to look at them as learning opportunities, as opportunities to say, okay, so what can I do better as a reseller given these different circumstances that have come up? So, you know, if it's cases being open because I'm continuously missing flaws in items before I get them shipped out, maybe I need to change up my system in how I look over things at the thrift store, or once I get it home in better lighting and I'm photographing. So, you know, even if you find that there are things that just keep popping up that make you feel like you're just not good at reselling, I would challenge you to look at those moments as learning opportunities to grow, because every single person, whether they've been reselling for one day or for 10 years, they have those days when they're like, oh my gosh, like I'm just not good at this, I keep messing up. But I think the thing that separates those who do this for the long haul versus those who give up right away are the ones who are able to learn from their mistakes versus letting their mistakes beat them down. So that is the tip that I'd have for you in terms of, you know, if you're feeling down on yourself as a reseller. I feel that way all the time as well, but I just get back up, learn from my experiences, and move forward.
Hi everybody, and happy holidays. It's Lori from Lori's Boston Found. Thank you so much, Heather, for asking me to be here today. I just wanted to drop in to encourage everybody to keep going even when reselling gets hard. I say all the time, this is a very simple business, but it's not an easy business. I think sometimes looking from the outside in, people see our exciting sales on Instagram, or I will talk about like a great thing I found on YouTube. But the day-to-day of reselling is a lot of repetition, it's a lot of discipline, and it's a lot of hard work. But if you love what you're doing, the work doesn't seem so hard, at least for me. So I try to pick up pieces that I enjoy, that I know I'm gonna wanna come home and list. And I also try to embrace change as much as possible. My business today does not look the same as it looked 6 months ago, and it probably won't look the same 6 months from now. There will definitely be some days that are exciting, and there will be no sale days. There will be days when you get returns. But if you look at the big picture and you're able to roll with the good times and the bad, I think you'll be really successful in reselling. Don't give up if this is what you love to do. It's never too late to start. I started reselling when I was 45. I will be 49 on my next birthday. Do what you love, and you will love what you do. Thanks everybody, and have a wonderful holiday.
Thanks again so much for watching. I hope that this holiday season is a great one for you and for your family, and of course for your reselling business.